It's hot. You know, have you seen Hot and Pugs?
Oh, hello, hello. We are on the. Oh, there we go.
No,
Hello?
we're not.
Right on his tape. V cuts in the front. V hard.
Michigan score!
Time snuck away from the Reapers. Touch the dazzle. Off the post.
Jack has Doug dancing behind him. Doug's head whipping back and forth and doesn't.
Looking for a shot here. Wheels fires and scores.
Oh!
Series
Goodness!
over. Good night, Anaheim.
Finding that spot, and he's gonna be rewarded with another chance. Off the stick. How did Katie save that?
Saw with another pass across Titan with a shot on the net and he scores!
For the smudge. Now it's a breakaway pass. Buzz flip it. Look out, he's got an open net. Oh no! Buzz flip it. Some out now. Nice little play by Spaceballs. Nice. Here comes Spaceballs. He walks in with Savo. Pass over to Savo. Score!
Awkward play. Big hit by Long. Holy!
Shot one wide. Deflected by Echo. Glenn jumping on the goal. Now Paco in front. He scores! One.
Hello, and welcome to beautiful Crescent City for night 2 of the Division 1 Season 2 Finals. The Hooks lead 1-0. I am Katie, and I'm joined here by Jack once again tonight. Hello, Jack.
Hello.
And it was some might say a slow start the last night. Some players not feeling their best. Owen having a short warm up, and the Hooks making the most of that, having a dominant game. We saw Grip get 2 shutouts and a fantastic performance. Sleepy performing near perfectly as well, but Grip just really stunning the crowd, and Smasher getting both of the goals that were scored that night, the game winners. And we'll see if we get a little bit more high scoring tonight, or if it's going to look just about the same. And you wouldn't be surprised if it's a low scoring game with goalies like this. Jack, any thoughts on leading into the night?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say I think the biggest thing I've heard about this Hooks team from around the league is people saying in D1 they're really boring to play against, and that can kind of play into the kind of losing your energy in the middle of the series. And I know the Cedars didn't get the best start to the series with losing a key player just before the game, and then him being able to come in and make an impact for them. But you know, the Hooks were really able to shut down that offense from the Cedars, despite them not getting much of a warm up before the game. I'm really curious to see how the Cedars respond, being down 2-0 in the series, and getting a proper warm up this time.
Yeah, and as well, not having their captain with them, Dabizi, who's in a chat. Well, maybe he's in a call with them. I can't tell, but he's all the way out in Japan. So
Yeah,
no Dabizi for the team tonight.
I do want to know. I don't see Bubba out there, but I think that's just because
waiting maybe.
They're waiting on his arrival. He maybe ran into a bit of traffic in downtown Crescent City.
Oh, a quick note, I believe Chadwick, due to the 50% rule, is not starting tonight. We're going to see more of BGP for the Hooks. And I quickly wanted to go into, actually, one of our production members, Alley Cat, was able to get an interview with Grip after last game. And some main notes for that are kind of as Jack said, where they really just have a solid game plan. They control the game a lot. They control the pace. They slow it down. And not only that one game plan, but they also said that, they have really looked into the details and they have game plans for, the different things that the Cedars might try. Just, feeling very prepared. It seems like they're not too worried about this series. So I think it's up to the Cedars to kind of prove themselves worthy in this battle. But from the way the group was talking, it almost felt like they already felt themselves kind of just ready to take this thing.
And I've heard a lot of comparisons to that season 1 Dolphin dynamic with Owl between him and BGP in this team. BGP's kind of kept him on a leash and forced him to make some decisions he normally wouldn't make, but it's been proving to be effective for the Hooks. And I just want to highlight that Smasher is the leading point scorer for the playoffs with 7 of them now. So I'm curious to see how these tough offenses match up against each other as game 1's underway.
All right, and let's get straight into it. We have the puck going out, a early possession for the Cedars. Doug sends it up BG with a quick interception. Moving up a little bit, tries to get it past Mouse. Goes for the early shot. Easy save by Sleepy, but the action coming right away. Some early shots on the goal. An awkward moment. Ooh, and almost got a very, very tough start for the Cedars there, but thankfully cleared out before any more trouble occurs in that crease as we get Owl in his own corner. Bubba applying some pressure here and just starting at 100 miles per hour right off the bat. Let's see if this game slows down or if it keeps being this electric.
Absolutely. It's been a back and forth bout between these two teams, and the Hooks have had great possession here, getting a couple shots on goal as this pass is going to find Mouse.
Mouse pushing up, but Hijinks catches up to him, tries to knock into the center. Little collision from a few different players there, but Smash is going to end up coming away with it in Hook's territory. A few dekes back and forth. He's known for those, but ends up getting it stripped off of him. Owl back in his own zone where he's comfortable. Going to opt to pass to BGP here. BG, a newer face in this series after we saw Chadwick taking his starts the other night. But a fantastic defender earlier on in the playoffs. We saw him get some stunning performances, so expecting great things from him as we get Hijinks trying to win it in a Cedar zone. Sends it to Smasher. Smasher opens up a little bit, and Owl open in the slot goes for the shot and saved by Sleepy Low.
Great awareness from Sleepy and Smasher on that play as, oh, look out, here comes Bubba.
Uh-oh. Could be a great shot. Just a bit over, but not too off target, to be quite honest. Check out Bubba trying to chip it out front, going for a fast pass. Can't quite connect with Owen there. And Hijinks going to pick it up in the corner. Has to get around at Owen yet again. Doug scooping in and intercepting it off of that pass to Owl. Great awareness from Doug there. Smasher and Owl kind of camping out in the Cedars zone, but that one's going to get slowly sent back to the Hooks. And a easy dump for Grip. Mao's going to pick it up. Grip not finding a teammate there. Long shot, maybe a pass out in front, knocked to the side, but I like those chances. Kind of what the Hooks were going for a lot the other night. But
yeah, you can already see the Hooks are really focused and hunkering down on that 2-2 play style.
Yeah.
The BG and Owl have been just really slamming together in their own slot to stop those shots from getting through to Grip, and it's showing on the stat sheet. I mean, the Hooks already lead shots 4-0 just halfway through this first period.
Yeah, and it's kind of what you said, Jack, with that, as people describe it, boring play style, where if you really want to do it, you can just kind of have somebody like Owl is right now, just spinning around in the defensive zone to not give up a free breakaway. And, it's not the most exciting, but if you're just playing to win, I mean, it's a great play. Almost repeating the game last night. A shot out in front and Bubba knocks it to the side. I thought that was in for sure. And the Hooks getting robbed one there.
The Cedars have to create something here. I mean, they're getting hemmed in early in this game. Look out. Oh, no.
Oh, and missing the reception. That could have been a great response. They're not quite going to get it. And there's been 2 close calls behind Sleepy there. These Cedars are doing a great job of scooping behind, but you don't want to be seeing those happen at all, much less 2 times. So we'll see if they can dial in a little bit more on defense and try and have somebody, more of a stay-at-home defender like the Hooks have right now. It's still 0-0. I know you're trying to get off some offense at the start, but looks like it's almost connecting for them. Not quite. Mao's missing the shot a little bit wide left, but it was a great look so far.
Mouse playing defense, still has one of the most dangerous shots in the league as Owen gets a good shot on goal there. Mouse still with one of the most dangerous shots in the league, and he's been able to keep up that status since way back in the Icebreaker tournament when he captained the St. Louis Spitfires. He's been one of the most prolific shots that we've seen so far in the course of this game, and he gets a good look there.
You can never write him out. A shot out in front. Owen going for the rebound. Mouse passes out to Bubba. And what a fantastic passing play. Just rapid back and forth. Hard for Grip to keep up there. And the Cedars break the barrier for scoring goals in the playoffs. They get their first of this set.
It was going in anyway, but Smasher has his third goal of the series here, and it's on the wrong net. He just barely taps it in off the stick of Bubba, who was going to shoot it in anyway. So there's really no downside to, scoring the own goal there.
It's got to feel great for the Cedars there. The Monkeys off the back. You've got your goal now. You're up one. And let's see if they can carry that momentum. I think they really needed that. It felt very, they were kind of iced out that first night. So it's great to see this happen for them and looking to keep this more of a balanced series.
And I do want to highlight that Sleepy called out the Little Owl in the first few games of the series, saying, "You're not scoring a long shot on me." He has been trying the long shots ever since. He takes another one there.
I was trying to scoop around out front. Some great offense, just looking a lot tighter, this Cedar offense, where I think they weren't finding as many opportunities. When they weren't really hitting their targets. But as we've seen now, still a few missed chances, but when it matters, they're really connecting on these chances. Looking way better than they did the other night, and I think that they've kind of built up a lot of confidence now that they feel a little bit more together going into the series, and especially now that Owen is a little bit more warmed up, not dealing with those internet issues.
Absolutely, and the Hooks are just really a complete team. They're fantastic on defense and offense, and they have a great goaltender between the pipes. It's going to take a lot for the Hooks or for the Cedars to mount this comeback, but I don't doubt if any team could do it, it's the Cedars.
Indeed. As we get going, period 2 starting, Mao's going to catch it off the sideboards, rips it down deep. Owl going to cut that play off. Bubba tries to strip it off him, but he doesn't quite get there. Doug bodying Hijinks to get the puck. Has Smasher out in front. Kind of dangerous for the Cedars here. Smasher finding a little bit of room to work. Sends it back to Hijinks, but just misses him, and that's going to kill the play as Bubba catches up to it.
Hijinks just escaped the boards there. Should have stayed on the wall, but great alertness from Smasher to get that puck towards him.
Ooh, another good rebounding chance for Owen. Not going to connect on it. Kind of hard to react with it bouncing straight at you like that. But Owen known for those good plays off of a bounce going to him. Let's see if he can kind of tighten up those plays or if he's going to have more issues with the rebounding tonight.
What an important keep in by Doug. That puck was escaping the zone as Smasher was breaking past him. If that got through, as it was absolutely bottle rocketed towards Doug's stick, if that got through, Smasher would have had to break away, but Doug keeps it in and keeps the pressure on.
Yeah, these Cedars looking, like I said, a lot more confident here as the Hooks try and get themselves back in this game. Plenty of time to do it. 3:48 left in period 2. So we get Hijinks, options out in front, tries to get it to Smasher, but doesn't meet his stick, and Sleepy's not even going to have to make a save there. That's just going to go out wide. But looking a little bit better for the Hooks.
Cedars defense looks tighter here than they were in the beginning of the period, giving up those 4 shots.
Oh, and with the chance here, goes to the slot, low into the pads of Grip. Grip, this night you've seen him, he let in that 1 goal early, but he was just lights out the other night. So I'm expecting a great performance from him still. And as we saw, an elite level goalie like Sleepy even had a couple scored on the other night. So it just, sometimes it just depends on the day. It depends on the vibes. Depends on, whatever
Sweet
position the
forecheck.
moon is in the sky. As we get Owen, a little bit open here, gets around BG, goes for the shot, but low into the pads of Grip, and Bubba cannot get the rebound.
That play does not happen without Bubba. Oh, look out. Never mind. Sleepy handles that one. But that play does not happen without Bubba. Absolutely wallops the puck on Owl's stick and breaks it free for the Cedars.
And another chance for Big O, goes for it again, low into the pads, not elevating it. Not sure if he's trying to play it too safe here, but we know he can snipe those top corners. And if they want to get up by another goal, I feel like he's going to have to start elevating that a little bit more or go for a tighter pass across the crease. As we get Owl out in front, passes it wide, and Smasher almost, but not quite meeting his target. That's going to go wide across the crease, not on net. Jinx out in front here, but Doug clears it out. Great defense by Doug, just staring him down and getting the stick in the way when he needs to.
The Cedars know what they have to do in this game, and the Hooks are struggling to defend against it.
behind Grib, a theme in this series so far is the puck going right behind the goalies. And not a goal for the Cedars there, as their goals are coming from these awkward puck plays, but just a lot of stress. As Mouse, great tap to keep it back in. Bubba's going to chase after that. BG's going to beat him out, though. Bubba strips it off. Foul. Looks for a pass here. Knocks it around past BG. Tries to knock it through Al, but Al's going to get a little bit of a stick on it. And 2 Cedars back behind the net. Wonder what this could lead to. Owen, a few creative plays there. Just misses Bubba, though. A tight turnaround to make that pass. I like the idea, but the execution just wasn't there.
Yeah, 5 straight shots from Owen. The number 1 pick in the draft is showing up early here tonight. 5 shots on goal as the Cedars retake the shot lead, 7-5 now over the Hooks.
Feeling way more dominant this night. And I'm glad to see it where, I try not to root too hard for one team. I know I said go CDR and puck general, but what I most want to see is a close series as Owen almost gets the tap in there, but just running into a defender, not quite going to get the hit that he needs there. But I just want to see the series go a little bit longer. I don't want to be a 4-1 or something like that. So glad to see the Cedars getting back into this. Hope they can keep it as Mouse, perfectly positioned, knocks that chance away. BG in his zone. Double applying pressure, gets wrapped back around to Owl. Taking their time, even though they're down, kind of trying to get these safe plays through. But Bub's going to close in on BG. And just like that, they've opened up a little bit of space. But Owen, reading the play, gets a pass out to Mouse. Mouse unguarded in the slot, but Owl catches up to him just in time. And I can imagine Mouse giving a little frustrated calm after that. Felt like an easy shot to make, and then just the defender shows up right at the last moment.
I've noticed the Hooks are kind of struggling to. Oh, look out! The Hooks are kind of struggling to get these passes as high as they need them. There was a great back and forth passing play between BG and Owl earlier in this period, and the pass that ended the play was just trying to be looped over the head of Owen across to Hijinks, who was wide open on the left side, but Owen was able to jump and knock it down. I'd like to see the Hooks try and put more effort behind their passes to get these passes through the Cedars defense and potentially create something more dangerous offensively to tie this game.
Yeah, and still down 1 goal. And if we're going off of the interview with Grip, it seems like they should have a game plan for this. But the real test is, seeing if they can keep their mental up and keep their execution together. Planning is one thing, but making it work is a whole different situation. Look at Bubba wrapping around to Owen. And again, in playoffs, that's all it is can you execute on the day with the high stress? And can you not let the event get to you? Got to master the moment as Owl tries to get it past Mouse. A nice short pass to BG. Let's see if they can get it through. Look for it deep, but again, just losing the puck there, like you said, Jack. Having some trouble with these longer passes, especially getting to the O-zone. Let's see if they can change it this period or if they're going to keep getting squandered. Low shot, and it goes in. An awkward play. They're going to sink one past Sleepy. Jinx gets it off the boards, tries to send it out, gets past Bubba. It looks like it bounces off of someone's stick, goes across the crease, and gets tapped in.
Great spatial awareness by Smasher on that goal, going straight to the net, getting into the grimy areas off that Hijinks rebound. He's rewarded, and he has 3 goals this series, and 2 of them are game-winning ones.
Oh my god, I was about to say not too worried about the Cedars, though. I'm sure they're going to get some more chances as Mouse rips one into the post. Bubba trying to get the pass out in front, just taps the side of the net, but 4 minutes left for a team to win it in regulation. Owen sends it around, and we've got a much closer game now. The Hooks are back in at Smasher, just doing so much work. Maybe not as much in these games as people passing the puck out in front, but Smasher sinking a lot of goals for the Hooks. Can't deny his presence.
I want to see the Hooks a little more active with their feet on the offense. They're kind of just droning around the zone, and I'm not seeing any opportunity for them to get open and get past to.
It didn't look as much of a precise play to get that goal as we've seen from some of the passing plays before, especially the Cedars passing plays. So I'm curious to see if they can clean up their act a little bit, or if it's going to be another strange bounce or a long bat or something like that. If they do get another in this game. As we get the puck getting sent out to Mouse. Goes for a long shot. Grib jumping, getting his head on it. Fantastic save. I thought that one might go in. But Mouse open again in the slot. Low and gets behind. Main event Mouse shows up for the moment.
I was gonna
Goes
say
for a
Grip.
shot.
Grip with easily his best save of the series, and Mouse absolutely punishes him following that. Grip caught going the wrong way. It just kicks off the handle of his stick and into the bottom left corner.
And as goalies know, the play is not over until it's out of your zone, and Grip getting reminded of that lesson. Mouse, I'm so glad we saw a goal from him because we've seen him make such great chances, always be in the right position and making the most of these plays, and he shows up in the biggest moment ever, getting his team ahead with 2 minutes 41 seconds left as Doug does his job on defense, gets the puck off a smasher. Some slightly tighter passing, but Jinx loses it there. Owen on a little bit of a break if he can get it past BG, but won't quite happen.
And Mouse is one of few multi-div players starting in D1. He's starting in D1 because of the absence of their captain, and he was able to put up 3 points in Game 2 against the Hawaiian High Rollers for the Schuylkill Channel Cats just last night. So going from D2 playoffs straight to D1, he's going to look to even the series tonight.
Owen with a little bit of space here. If we can get around BG, goes for another shot. Grip with a stick save and a great clear. Yeah, Mouse is just a presence on the ice, a great locker room presence when he wants to be serious and kind of dial in. I know it's a lot of jokes with him, but he really is fierce. Oh my gosh, Grip with the stick save.
He oftentimes provides a voice of reason for these teams, reminding them just calm down and play the game. It doesn't really matter, and all you have to do is just perform.
Especially if your captain Dabs is not there with you tonight, it's nice to have those locker room presences that can keep the guys focused as we get a minute and a half left in the third. Hooks down 1, have to catch up if they want to take it to overtime.
Final minute and a half here.
Owen strips it off though. Taking it, gets it past Jinx. Almost, but Jinx does get the tip of a stick on it as Bubba pushes up on it. A little bit of an awkward corner play there, both players squeezing in a little bit. It looks like the Cedars will get this puck. BG trying to catch up again. I'm doing some fancy stick work on the boards there. Bubba doing something similar, but just having it poked out in the end. And this play is slowing down, just absolutely nothing happening.
And I want to highlight the age difference between BGP and Bubba in this series. Probably the largest age gap between two players we've seen.
Can we get some stats there, Jack?
I don't know the exact numbers. I think BG's nearing his 70th birthday coming up next week.
Oh, and another chance here. Can he get one? Oh, almost, but Grip with a fantastic save. I know he's let 2 in, but still such a demonic goalie. And a sweet guy, a great teammate. He was discussing a little bit, 20 seconds left, by the way, in his interview, that, he doesn't want to embrace too much.
Oh, what a block.
The villain identity of the Hooks. He thinks that, the team's full of great, nice guys. I loved my time in the locker room. 5 seconds left in the game. Owen keeps the puck. Looks like this one is going in favor of the Cedars. And the series is 2-1 Hooks.
That game was in the hands of Owen. The first overall pick gets an assist on the goal and ends up with 9 shots on goal for the Cedars in this matchup. Doing nothing but shooting the puck.
Owen is ridiculous.
I mean, as he should be, the first overall pick, known for his prolific offense, and I'm excited to see how this team tries to answer this series in Game 4. As the Hooks now down to a 2-1 series lead after initially winning both games.
And looks like we got a little pause here. Mouse says Bubba's got to poop again. And if you caught that, Jack, Grip said something along the lines of telling Sleepy to thank his posts. Maybe trying to suggest that, the game could have easily gone a little differently. And it could have, but you know what? In playoffs, it doesn't matter if it could have gone differently. It matters what happened. So,
yeah, I'll definitely say the Cedars did get a bit of luck from the puck gods in that game to keep them in it. They only won by 1 goal, and they had numerous chances from the Hooks go off the post. So they do have to thank the post. They have to thank the puck gods. They have to put their heads down and go to work in Game 4.
Exactly, and they're showing some great promise there. Definitely a turnaround from what we saw previously. But I want to see a little bit more. I think for the Hooks to change here is Jinx is such a dominant player. I believe he had an assist, or maybe it was a goal in one of the other playoff games that I watched, but I saw him make a huge impact. But recently I've seen him kind of in those offensive zones, kind of losing the puck a little bit in those corners off those passes. And I think if he can tighten that up, the hooks just in general tighten up their offensive plays, they're going to be a lot more threatening.
Absolutely, the biggest stage in any puck league. This is the highest amount of competition you'll get, and there are definitely some nerves playing into these teams here, as you can see them visibly nervous, but in these games in the finals. And what's important is you just take a couple deep breaths. You keep focusing on what you're going to do next, and not letting your mind run free.
No sense in stressing it. And from some background talk I had with Owen, it seemed like Bubba was dealing with some of those nerves the other night, which is very funny seeing as he was on the championship hooks team last season. So as someone that's been there before, but it can sneak up on you if you're not kind of keeping your head in the game. You can get nervous out of nowhere. Even Owen was feeling a little bit of nerves going to this original night, but I think now he's just back with a vengeance, and he's been really showing up so far.
Absolutely, and not only was Bubba a key part of their championship in the first season, playing offense alongside, I believe it was Bojarzin. He was a fantastic player and scored multiple key goals when they really needed him to.
Oh, a huge, I mean, I know it's kind of in the background for a lot of it, but as somebody on that team lineup, it was, Bubba really did just make it happen. He's gotten even better as a scorer, in my opinion. And maybe that's some of it. There's almost a little bit more expectation as you've proven yourself. Same with Owen, which I feel can kind of happen to him as well, where, you're such a great player. Oh, great chance from Bubba, a little bit wide. Once you reach that top level, the pressure isn't, if you're going to be good, it's like people are expecting you to play at that level. And when you aren't, it really does get to you. I know Smashers kind of talk about some similar things. So like I said, we're really going to see who kind of has that mental fortitude to keep themselves performing at the highest level, even when all eyes are on you.
Yeah, and it's tough at that level. Even in D2, during my playoff matchup last night, I was getting DMs from B Grip himself telling me I just got to put one in the net. And when you're supposed to do that and you can't, it really does take a toll on you.
Yeah. Owen with the pass here, Grip, beautiful stick work, knocks it into the backboards. Bubba trying to sneak a cheeky one out in front, but Owl strips it off of him. As he sends it down, Smasher trying to pick it up. Mao's close on him. Can Smasher get past him? He almost does, but Mao's really doing a great job on defense, keeping that chance to a minimum. And Doug getting the body in the way of BG. Just beautiful textbook defense from the Cedars right now. And a long shot from Owl, too high.
Mouse just started playing defense a couple months ago, or rather a couple weeks ago, after the loss of their captain Dabs. And he's been fully focused on that position to start this playoff series, and even playing some games in D2, continuing to play that defensive style as well. And he's really been fantastic when they needed him to be.
Yeah, just a fierce competitive mindset. I know he comes from a PSO background. Like a lot of players here have come from different competitive leagues for different games. But just like, he's a competitor. He loves it. He focuses in on it. He takes it seriously, and that's what you need if you want to go far. Same with the way that you hear Owl talk about the game. It might rub some people the wrong way, but the guy cares about the game so much. Bubba with the chance out in front, but just loses it. Doesn't get the force behind the shot that he needs. As a long clear goes out, and that's going to send Sleepy in the corner to get the puck and go for a clear. It's a high clear dropping down. Owen knocking BG out of the play. Bubba with a chance here, shoots it. But just off target, Owen trying to Halifax it over the net. Bubba going for it, but BG cuts in just in time.
Yeah, the patented Halifax hook over the back of the net.
And I know that, some people, especially the Napplers, might try and call it a bagel. Let's be honest. Owl with a great shot. Sleepy just getting the stick on it. That move is called a Halifax. Let's just get that straight while we're on the broadcast. As we get Owen in the corner going for it. Hijinks catching up, but Owen rims it around to Mouse. Looks like he will be the first one there. 3 defenders on him. Hits the brakes, throws the pace off, and almost gets a pass through, but Hijinks is going to come away with it. Like I said, expecting some big things from Hijinks. I think if he tightens it up a little bit, he'll be kind of a game changer for them. Smasher just losing the puck there. Bubba with the poke. And the hook's getting smothered.
Smasher seems like he's having some difficulty making a decision on where to go on the ice. Every time he gets in those one-on-ones, he always seems to cut right to the player rather than trying to keep his space with them. I think if he makes that one change, they're going to unlock their offense a lot more than they are now.
Yeah, another long shot from Owl. That's a big thing with Smasher, those deep forward players where, their handles are so fantastic, but in those situations where it's not a fully open breakaway, there's a lot of other factors there, and that's where other people's strengths really shine.
Oh, look out.
Grip sending it out. Beautiful pass from Grip, gets Hijinks a little bit open. Mao's not able to catch up to him. Grip goes for it, but Sleepy dives out and knocks it to the side. Brave challenge from Sleepy, and it pays off for him, keeping the game 0-0 with a minute left in the first. Smasher to Owl. Owl tries to DK pass Owen, but Owen picks it up. If he can curl it in, he has a chance here. But 2 defenders in the way. Owen goes for the short side shot. He loves going for those. Doesn't quite connect, but Bubba's going to get the puck. Owen looking for a pass. Gets it across to Mouse! And Mouse sinks it in. What a ridiculous play from the Cedars.
Owen is back. Look at this horse work behind the net. Gets the pass from Bubba. Feeds it right through the highest ranked captain. The little Owl ranked highest with the 6th overall pick in the draft. Ends up not being able to stop that pass as Owen absolutely feeds it right through his feet. Straight to Mouse, who rips it top corner to give the Cedars the lead in Game 4.
And Mouse, the finisher tonight. 2 goals so far. And the only 2 goals for the Cedars so far. I mean, just what a showing from him. And what an asset to the team. I know he, last season and this season, he's constantly fighting for that play time because he believes in himself, and he's proving why. Howell cuts through the defense there, but Doug quietly just being one of the greatest assets that the Cedars have right now. Keeping this game slowed down for the Hooks offense and letting the Cedars up in front do what they can.
Yeah, I don't want to sleep too much on Doug. This guy has been fantastic in the back end and really just having none of what the Hooks are trying to get past him.
Just so good. And a veteran, an HQM guy who's been around, and another confident player, kind of chatty when it's light conversation, but when it gets into competing, he is dialed in. As we get into period 2, an early goal for the Cedars. Another long shot out to Sleepy. Sleepy catches it with a stick. Hijinks kind of bumping into him a little bit. Maybe having a little conversation there as this gets cleared down to Owen. Owen loses the puck, taps it just a little bit too far. Bubba might be able to interfere a little bit, but BG with a nice flick behind his back. Gets the puck out to Smasher. Gonna say it's sent across to Jinx, way up in front. Mouse clamping down Owl right now. Owl looking for his options. But
what's Owl doing out yet there? Again.
Bubba,
the right defenseman cherry picking up the zone, and I'm not too sure what the rotation plan was there.
Yeah, and nice to see Bubba doing a little bit of defense in the past few months. It's also something that he's been working on alongside Mouse, where it just helps to know how to do it all. But with a beautiful pass to Owen, backdoor pass. Oh my goodness! Goodness! Look at this back and forth play. I can't even speak. I'm so stunned.
This is reminiscent of that goal that Bubba scored for the Hooks last season in the playoffs. Gets an absolute dime backdoor and rips it top corner on the one touch. The Cedars are looking like they're going to even this series up.
Just unbelievable. And that was the duo we're looking for. They're both hot tonight. Owen and Bubba up front is, if you've played in net against them, just disastrous to try and deal with. Mouse blocking a shot there, dug into the side. When they're on, they have great comms. They work really well together, their play styles. As there's another open chance, Mouse has Bubba as an option, or just going to go for the shot, but Grip going to get the pad in the way. That could have easily been a 3rd goal for the Cedars.
And I want to highlight the change that Owen made in this game. After game 1, with 9 shots on goal, it didn't really work out for him. He recognized that his shots weren't going in. He's been a pass-first mentality presence on this ice tonight, and he's directly fed 2 goals for the Cedars. It's 2-0 on goals for Mouse and Bubba.
I'm going to quickly point out a great clear that Mouse had when the puck was open in the slot. But yeah, Owen, sometimes streaky with his shots. He'll be having a great time. Sometimes you just won't feel like he can get one in. And having Bubba there as your counterpart just makes it so much easier to kind of release that responsibility from yourself to get those goals sunk in. You got another fantastic goal scorer there. So good at just being near the crease and ready to receive a pass. That back and forth just shows the chemistry that they've worked with together all season and really honed in. Going out in front again, Bubba, not quite in position, only able to knock it wide, but again, scary chances in this. Oh, and oh no! What was that?
I'm going to have to see this one again.
I'm curious for this angle. Doug sends it up, bounces off the stick, and Bubba jumps and bats it in. Oh my goodness gracious, Bubba. Night and day.
It looks to me like Smasher got a piece of that initially, and Bubba read it off of his stick and still got it into the net for the Cedars. 2 goals on the night for Bubba as he doubles down. And Owen has his 3rd assist with 0 shots on goal.
3-0 game so far, halfway through. And this is, I was saying earlier, night and day from Bubba, where he seemed a little bit tense the other night, but now he just seems to be, he's hungry for more. They've finally broken the barrier of scoring, and the floodgates have just opened up for them. Bubba did do something similar last season, I believe, Juice. And just like I said, electric out in front. No matter what you kind of feed him, he can find a way to score it. And he's proven it right there. And Bubba, if your dad's watching the stream tonight, I'm sure he's super proud of that play. As we get Al ripping it across up to BG, or maybe Hijinks. Looks like one of them might catch up, where actually Mouse will get there first. So another play dying for the Hooks.
A little bit of breaking news from around the entire league. I'm hearing that the Hobart Bay, or rather the Buffalo Bayou Bridge Bats, have knocked off the Salem Coven and will move on in the D3 playoffs.
Shout out to Buzz Flibbit. Sad to see his team go. Great logo that they had, if you know, you know. Oh, and going for a bat for himself. And another chance, but Grip gets out. I know he's down in 3, but again, still fantastic saves from him. And just not getting the consistency that he needs. And it's a lot harder with a buzzing offense like this. Smasher trying to get his team back in the game. Finds an open chance. Goes for it and gets it. And a beautiful goal from Smasher. Finally getting the Hooks back in it.
They have life. They have time. A minute left in the second period. They've got 5 more minutes to play after this. Sleepy dashing all over the place. Didn't face much action through the first 2 periods. Just 4 shots on goal, that being the 4th. And finally gets beaten on the 4th one.
And that's the danger of, if you don't face a shot for too long as a goalie, it's easy to kind of lose that sharpness that you have, where it's easy, you're not facing those shots, getting through the motions. You can get a little bit cold, as Owen has another open chance here. Almost gets it through. He does! Owen, the king of having bounces go his way. I believe that's a rebound off the pads that he gets.
Yeah,
and Bubba with a perfect pass.
The Cedars aren't going to let the Hooks back into this one without a fight, and it's going to take even more. What a deflating goal for the Hooks to give up. Grip
Chadwick.
With a
Oh my god.
Grip with a .33 save percentage in game 2 after pitching back-to-back shutouts to start the season.
Chadwick shouting expletives from the bench after that Owen bounce, but yeah, what a change up in pace. We saw Smasher going for it again, gets another goal. Oh my goodness, what is going on in this game?
Ever since that drop 30 seconds ago, nobody on the Hooks touched the puck. Smasher took this off of Bubba's stick and went all the way on Sleepy.
Beautiful handles. He knows that it all depends on this game, this momentum swinging around. And doing what he can to keep the Hooks in this and confident. 10 seconds left in the second period. And what felt like a surefire win for the Cedars is now being challenged by Smasher and the Hooks.
And keep in mind, the Hooks have 1 more game in their back pocket for Chad if they need it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm floored. It felt so dominant for the Cedars. The Hooks kind of getting back into this one. And with this intermission, which I think is very needed for both teams, we're going to see this game slow down a little bit more, and we'll see who kind of keeps their edge. And the, formula for success that the Hooks are seeing is, again, like I said, Smasher on those open chances. If there's not a defender, or like he's not trying to make a passing play there, he's one of the best people at getting those deeks past goalies. And if they can keep finding situations for that to happen, it'll be great. And that means for the Cedars, they need to have someone locked in on him and making sure he's not getting those open chances. BG going back for the puck. With the board bounce, Owen closing in, tries to get it around, and he does find a teammate there. A cheeky pass, but almost losing it to the Cedars. It does get knocked in by Doug, slowing the play back down. And, high-scoring game, which I love to see. And I don't even mind a slowdown here so we can all catch our breath.
The Hooks,
it's a 2-goal game.
The Hooks look absolutely deflated now. they haven't really been able to create anything as Owen gets another breakaway.
Just so open, has to get it past Grip. Can he do it? And he does! Owen, the maniac. #1 pick, first overall in the entire league, and he's showing why. He saw Smasher get a few deke goals, and he says, I can do that too. Gets the elevation that we talked about earlier. He's hearing us, and he's answering our call. He is a monster on the ice.
And Smasher really doing all he can, but it hasn't been enough, as the Hooks really just can't get on the board besides Smasher. I did talk to BG ahead of this game. He said if the Hooks start losing, blame everything on him. I'm not sure I'm going to do that, but they do have another game of Chadwick. They have Demidov on the bench.
Sleepy with a nice little clear there. Doug closing in. And yeah, I mean, it really does just feel like an entirely different team that we're seeing out of the Cedars. The first 2 games, they really couldn't find their footing. It felt like things just weren't working for them. And now that there's been this pause, they can kind of recoup. They have just been, you know, as much as the Hooks feel like they can plan for different outcomes, it's hard to stop just the raw athleticism and talent that the Cedars have on display right now.
Barring a Halifax miracle, it's looking like the Cedars are going to tie this series, and that means we won't get an answer for who's winning this championship tonight, as they're only playing 3 tonight. So we will see who takes a 3-2 series lead, obviously barring that Halifax miracle.
Hijinks almost gets a tap in there, but just too far to the side. And would have maybe been a consolation goal, but, you know, there's still enough time if you get some back-to-back. Maybe you're still in it, but I feel like if you're on the Hooks right now, you got to be thinking about that next game and what you can do to fix it. And it's going to be a essential intermission between these next games. Bubba in the corner, sends it back to Owen. Nobody's on him. Tries to get out in front. Almost does. Bubba fights for it. And
the Hooks,
these two are crazy.
The Hooks look like they just want to get off the ice and be done with this one. I haven't really seen much out of them since that 3rd goal. And I don't think there's much hope left for them in this game, as Hijinks is going to try to get them on the board. But as I mentioned, they're really struggling to create even the slightest of chances.
Yeah, you know, we've seen Sleepy break a couple times here on those dekes from Smasher, but in general, those like passing plays, the cross creases, he's just dialed in on them. It's, you know, it's not easy when you are down in a pro game and then Sleepy or Grip is the goal you have to score it against. It's, you know, it takes a lot of focus and, you know, like I said, mental fortitude to not get in your head about it. Mouse to Bubba.
And not only was Owen the first pick taken in the draft.
Well, that was another chance for Mouse. Owen with a great pass.
Owen is absolutely dishing them tonight.
Oh my, they're having fun with it at this point.
The vibes have to be good in the Cedars locker room after this game. As I was saying, not only was Owen the first pick taken in the draft, but Sleepy was the first goalie taken in the draft. And a bit of a trivia question for you after this potentially Owen goal.
Oh, and it looks like we have Bubba's dad in the chat. Hello, Bubba's dad. You raised a great puck player. As we get BG in the slot, going for it, tries to get it to Al, but doesn't. And I think they're just moving the puck around a little bit, maybe trying to get some stats up on the board. But in this last game at the Cedars rink, we'll do a quick trip to Halifax at this next intermission. 30 seconds left, and it is all but over this game for the Hooks, and they've got to make some big changes if they want to see a different outcome next game.
And I'm hearing the father of Bubba is in the building watching this game, so shout out to Bubba and his family, and hopefully bringing home a second chip in their household.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd like to see that. I mean, that a lot of greatness on display from that original Hooks cast of Owl, Mouse, Bubba. Seeing a lot of them on the ice, even on different teams. Just a great roster. And glad to see them in the playoff finals again. As that is a dominant victory for the Cedars.
And a dominant game from the first overall pick, Owen. 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists. Can't get much better than that.
And now, let's do a little change of scenery here as we shift over to the Halifax Hooks ice. And as we'll see, we got some familiar faces up on this roster that we have. Got Owl. Dalfan's not here. Bojar, not there. Bubba, 88. The man of the night so far. We also have Mao's 11, Crowbar, and Crow. Rest in peace. Good heart. Not here. Lettuce, unfortunately, not here. And but a lot of familiar faces from that team. Just elite level players, and we're spoiled for talent in this final. Looks like we have Brodeur in for grip. I'm not sure if this is going to be the set lineup for the game, but interested to see how that pans out for them. Brodeur, another fantastic goalie. I haven't seen too much of this season. But maybe, Grip just not feeling too confident, a little bit shaken after those games. And we'll see if Brodeur is able to change it up for them. Oh, they say no, Grip will be back. Okay. I was like, wow, that's a little bit bold.
Yeah, Grip is going to need a break after that one. The save percentage started with a 3 after that game. You're going to want to shake that one off, wash your hands, and get ready for Game 5.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about that last game, it's hard to pick out the one standout player. It really felt like, the standout was just the teamwork. Owen getting a bunch of shots in the first game, realizing that he can adapt and get those passes. Bubba being in perfect position for those passes, getting the finishing done. Mao's showing up. And the whole time, Doug, like I said, quietly just holding down the defense at a just ridiculous level. Just a fantastic team on display. And time to see if the Hooks can step up and stop the bleeding, or if the Cedars are just going to be the overall winners tonight.
And I can't skip over these messages from Bubba's father saying Bubba is single, but he's super shy. So.
It also looks like he's got to work on his right turns. Bubba, it's okay. Maybe your dad doesn't want to hear this. I'm 25. I don't got a license. You don't need a stinking car, Bubba. You just gotta be a full-time professional puck player in a major city.
Gotta drive to that Halifax rink every morning.
That would be killer. And oh, look at that! Sleepy by the Renport logo. A quick shout out to Renport here, the presenters of the Trade Bakers, the weekly recaps, all the happenings in the Puck Hockey League. Shout out to Ren and the Renport, great production team, and keep an eye out for the awards ceremonies coming up in the near future. It's going to be an exciting production. And while we have a little bit of extra time here, I'll quickly shout out Next Shift, the recently created training resource for puck players, forwards, defense, goalies alike. Because actually, if you check out the channel, I just uploaded a new video today about some advanced goalie mechanics, and I'd love to have you guys watch it. I've even got some feedback from other goalies. I remember playing a puck against Camo. He said he just watched one of my videos and it helped, and he proceeded to shut me out and just put me to shame in that pug. So seems like it's working. Make sure you guys click on those videos. A lot of great VOD reviews there too. Really just a fantastic resource that I hope more people are aware of.
And after that first match, we got some comments, or rather after Game 4, we got some comments in the chat asking for Demidov to be put in this game, and they're going back to Chadwick after 2 games of BGP.
All right, looks like they're throwing him in. They need him in there, and BG gracefully taking the fall for the Hooks there. And let's see if Chadwick, known to have some beef with Owen, especially critiquing his luck on some of these plays. So some more fiery energy there with fire emoji now on the ice. Drops it back to Smasher. Smasher with some room here. Owen chasing behind, but most of his options are covered by these defenders. Tries to sneak it through. Owl jumping up for a tap in, but doesn't quite get the bat. Keeps the play going though. Tries to find some more open space. Gets it around Bubba. Passes out to Smasher, but just blocked. And some good tight passing here. Yeah. back behind the net, maybe going out front, but Bubba gonna knock it to the side, doing a great job at ending that play. And looking for some options there. A few defenders get it past, but has Owen out wide. Probably looking for him as they clump up a little bit. And the rebound, Grip trying to chase after it. Owl thankfully picks it up there and wraps it back out in front. Owen trying to diddle the stick of Owl deking it up, but no cigar. Chad loses the puck a little bit, slows down the play, and that gives Bubba just enough time to catch up. Owl going for the quick shot, but Sleepy dashes and gets the body in the way. Fantastic save, keeping it 0-0 early on.
He still has yet to score a long shot on Sleepy.
And pass. Oh, Owen in a perfect position. Almost could have had the puck bounce off his chest, but not going to get the goal there. But putting some fear in the hearts of the Hooks players as they realize that bleeding is not nearly stopped. And these chances are still coming through.
A great goaltending game to start this period. And I noticed Grip looks a little bit more shaky than he did in the first couple of games. And as I mentioned in the first time we were here broadcasting this series, I had a conversation with Grip where he said he doesn't really get nervous anymore after losing that finals in the preseason exhibition tournament. He hasn't gotten nervous since, but perhaps it's creeping up on him, like you said.
Maybe some flashbacks for the French Canadian with a clear down there. We'll see if we get the French Canadian buff, though, with Chadwick back on the ice. Those two guys probably having a ball. Chadwick, speaking of, knocks the puck around to Hijinks. Hijinks looking for a teammate there. Able to curl it around Owen. Owen not giving up on it and gets the strip. Not going to find Bubba, though. Owl going to catch up to it and keep things calm for the Hooks.
And Chadwick, as a 50% player, managed to fall to Div 2 as he was drafted in the sub-rounds of D1. And his team, the Rocky Mountain Reapers, were just swept by the 8th seed team as the first seed team, 2-0 in their series. And the Sierra Nevada Grizzlies will be moving on to face the Schuylkill Channel Cats.
And that's going to be, Grip with a nice little catch there. That D2 puck's going to be great to watch. A lot of fantastic players on those teams, as well as the D3 puck going on tonight. Go Seattle Osprey. Wishing them great things. If anybody can give me an update on the scoreline of that set. Wait, actually, no. They might have just started. Sorry. I think
there are 30 seconds on the clock for that game, so we will wait 30 seconds, and they should be good to go.
All right.
I'll make sure to keep everyone at home updated on how the third division is doing.
Make sure to send your well wishes to my beautiful Osprey. So proud of them. Doug, off the wall there, doesn't get the puck past Hijinks. Hijinks catches it, curls around the defenders, tries to go for the chance, but end up going to hit the body of Mounds. Smasher looking for a bounce to go his way, but no luck just yet. Owen fighting Chad for it, knocks it back to Mounds.
And I just want to highlight, perhaps the Hooks are struggling a bit on offense. It looks Al has the most shots of anyone on this team to start this game, and perhaps you get into that mentality of you're just going to try and do it yourself, but he has to trust his teammates and keep that puck moving. They face some offensive struggles, but games 1 and 2 went in favor of the Hooks 1-0, and then game 4 2-1 Cedars, game 3 2-1 Cedars rather, and game 4 5-2 Cedars. So they really got to do some soul searching here.
Miles with a shot there. Bubba almost chopping it down, and a comment from Papa Bubba there is asking about the average age. Bubba's definitely on the younger end. There's a few younger players. The cutoff is 15, apart from a few exceptions. But there's a lot of people with a little bit less hair on their head. We've got some people in their 30s playing. This game is very similar to a game that has been played for 10 years. So a lot of veterans there, and then you got some people like me in the middle. But there's some great young blood. Smasher also pretty young, one of the other youngest players on the ice, I believe. Owen not of drinking age either, so he's not too old. But
Absolutely.
If you ask me Doug's age, I would start sliding that scale up a little bit more. I
would have to say that that the average age is around 25 years old for this league.
Yeah.
As you get really down into the younger guys, I know Madden Smash,
for sure.
D1 player for the Las Vegas Neon and a D2 starter for the Rocky Mountain Reapers, just had his 14th birthday. So happy birthday to Madden Smash!
Oh, happy birthday, Madden! And we even have a at least one father on the ice, Hal with his kids. And a few other dads in D1. We have Jabba in the chat, who's on a little, not a puck hiatus, but not playing as much. He's got a lot going on with his newborn daughter. So everybody say congratulations to Jabba there as well. So there's a good range in the community as we get the puck sent up the wall to Smasher. Smasher trying to get around Mouse. He does. Finds a little bit of open space with the defenders. Scarily close to him. Can he get it past? But no! Sleepy with a perfect dash. Reading that cut to the left and going to save it.
Hooks are flying to start this game. 5 shots on goal so far.
And they, I think, understand that they can't play boring puck if they're going to keep falling behind. So definitely being a little bit more... Oh my god, bold
what
on
a
offense.
funky play.
Can't believe that didn't go in, but again, just the puck gods going in favor of the Cedars. And Owen, with another open chance here, if Chad's not able to catch up, goes for the shot, but Grip dashes in the way.
Both teams, their goaltenders have been tight on that near post. Very alert to keep the puck away from that corner.
Al goes for the shot, but kind of pinballs off of a few defenders there. Knocked out behind. Smasher goes for the pass out in front, but Jinx not getting the reception that he needs to keep that play going. Gonna turn it over to Owen. O-bomb, but Grip locking back in. Getting that save, and it's a blank slate, 0-0. You're not fighting to dig yourself out of a hole, especially as a goalie. It's frustrating where, if your team's not able to produce, you kind of know the outcome of the game. So glad to be back 0-0. Doug going for a pass there, but not connecting, not playing up as much, obviously, as Owen or sometimes Mouse does. So maybe the chemistry not quite there as Doug dangerously pushes up a bit, but ends up, fortunately, knocking it off of Hijinks. That could have been a really dangerous play if he didn't get that strip there. Mouse in position. Goes for it, but slapped away by Chadwick, I believe, got that. And yeah, Mouse just... I feel like it's his signature on this team is the puck kind of just bounces out of the slot. And I've always been a proponent of this. If you kind of take that open space on the ice, the puck is just bound to kind of go there eventually. The puck always seeks out that open space. Pass out in front, but Chadwick not able to tap that one in.
Owen got triple teamed as he tried to carry that into the zone. The puck was stripped from him as he gets the puck away from the Hooks and gets the breakaway again.
Can he get it done? Can he get the first goal of the game? No, Grip gets the toe of his pad on it. Maybe a passer would have done it. Owen going for some goals. Feeling a little bit hot from that last game, but maybe has to take the back seat a little bit if he wants to get up this first goal. It's either that or he's got to just get a perfectly placed one. Smasher with a chance here. Tries to get it through, but kind of awkwardly falls behind him. And Owl getting a little bit aggressive, I think. Like we said, they're looking to be a little bit less boring, rather. But if that means not having that, boring stay-at-home defender, that's creating a lot more chances for the Cedars here. As Grip gets another save. Grip doing a fantastic job this game. Sleepy pushing up pretty far, as he's known to do, and gets a high clear into the zone.
Absolutely. And the Hooks offense has to wake up here. Their Owl's first two selections in the draft, first round, he traded his first round pick to the Las Vegas Neon, had 2 second-round options, took Hijinks first with pick 9, and then later took Smasher with pick 12. 2 offensive players to start their draft, and you need to see more out of them to start this game.
Yeah, we've seen some flashes from Smasher and some good goals, but again, Jinx not having the production that I think the Hooks really need to kind of beat the Cedars out in that dimension. Owen almost getting another bounce there, and we know he has the potential. I don't know if it's nerves or just not feeling it tonight, but definitely some eyes are on number 29 for the Hooks to help them out. Owen now taking a little bit of space, has a few defenders to get past, gets it to Smasher, has a pass or a shot, goes for the pass, but Chadwick almost able to get away with it again, but Sleepy just getting in ridiculous situations and a goal not going in against him yet again in this game. As Owl looks for the pass, but that's going to go straight to the tape of Doug.
We just saw an A1. We just saw an A1 mistake that directly shows why the Hooks have been struggling on offense. Smasher with a lane right down the middle. Look out, here comes Bubba as he loses the handle, and that will do it for the period. Smasher had a lane right towards the net, had a shooting opportunity off that pass up the middle, and instead of taking it, he opts to pass it to Chad. It caught the goalie off guard, but not the 3 defensemen standing in front of the net.
Yeah, and maybe it caught Chad off guard, not not getting the contact with the puck that he needed. And after being sat out for that first game, if you're not sticking together with the team in like this, this gameplay against the Cedars, it does take a little time for the chemistry to catch up. So let's see if that is kind of a factor here, and see if Chad gets a little bit more comfortable with the team later on in this game. Chance there, going to pass to Sleepy.
Great play by Sleepy to keep their pads closed and get that stick in front of the 5-hole as they dashed over to make that save. It was off a misplay. Bubba slamming into Mouse. Opened up the coverage for the Hooks, but to no avail.
And some more appreciation of Doug from Bubba's dad there. And I'm glad that he realizes how impressive is what Doug's doing. It's not a flashy role, but he does it so well. And again, I mentioned it earlier on in the season, but he's also fantastic at keeping the play moving and getting quick turnarounds when it matters for the team right there as we speak of him. Strips it off of Owl, who's known to kind of deke it around a little bit too much sometimes. Owen looking for a chance, gets it past Jinx, and Owl goes for the pass. A crazy play, not going to come to fruition, but that was looking like it could have been an unreal goal for the Cedars. Scoreless in the third period so far. As the puck goes to the Pro PHL logo. Smasher to Jinx. Jinx pushing up, but has Doug closing in on him. Tries to send it across, and does, but just a little bit past Chadwick. Sleepy jumping, trying to bat it away just in case. And Owl again. The Ice Commander looking for a chance there. Oh my goodness, tapped down by Jinx, and it doesn't go in. I'm speechless.
Sleepy is unbelievable there, throwing up a wow quick comment in the chat. Geez, I don't know how you keep that one out. Hit 3 sticks on the way. Lands behind the pad, spins around, gets it off the line. Fantastic by Sleepy, and exactly what the Cedars need late in this game.
2 to 3 of those feels like it could be a fluke, but he's gotten enough that I believe this is just destiny for him right now. As Doug picks it up, I've never seen anything like that frequently in a pro game, regardless of any game. As we get Mouse matched up with Smasher there, Mouse wins it, gets it. Bubba, but Chad just in the way. Gonna keep up with behind the net. Owen and Bubba closing in on the puck, and they're gonna keep fighting for it, not easing up whatsoever. And Doug sneaks up, pushes up on it, but doesn't get it on target. As Chad picks it up off the board, sends it back to Owl. Owl gets around Bubba. He's done it so much, he's always going to be reliable at getting around 1 or 2 people, the Owl guy. But the issue comes in where that play kind of ends up, looking for his passing options or his deking options, where sometimes he'll just lose awareness of that guy pushing up on him and run out of time. And Bubba going for the attack again, trying to get his team on the board in this game, but no luck so far. 2 minutes left in the third period, where if we don't get anything, we're gonna go to our second overtime of this series, I believe.
Yeah, Al had that passing lane knocked down. I think that's just a bit of an offensive mistake from Bubba. Owen was completely covered there. I think he just has to rip that long backhander and let it fly.
Yeah, nothing wrong with getting a shot on net, especially if it's 0-0 like this. You're still feeling the team out. And Bub Daddy says, "Crap pass, Coop." He's gotta dial in, Bubba. Even your dad sees that was a horrible option. Mouse tries to send it across, but Smasher sends it back. Jinx pushes up on it, trying to keep himself in this game, trying to, like we said, the eyes are on him to be the game changer, and we'll see if he can be that part that the team needs as we stay pretty stagnant. 1 minute left. Jabba says no OT. I'm hoping for no OT either. I'm trying to watch my D3 team play. Give them some inspiration. So get Owl wheeling, dealing.
The Drinkwater Storm and the Seattle Osprey are tied at 0 halfway through the second period of Game 1.
All right. Thank you for the update. They seem very confident in this. Just a wonderful team, lovely team. And can't wait to see what they do. Jinx tries to deke it in, but Bubba there. Jinx doesn't get rid of the puck soon enough, and Bubba doing a pretty good job on defense. Maybe a flashier thing than Doug would have done, but hey, it's still effective. Jinx to Smasher, great pass. But Smasher just loses the puck there. I think the nerves might be getting to him. It's hard to keep your focus when, you feel your grip slipping in a series. 20 seconds left in the third. Something has to happen soon for this to keep going, not going into the overtime, but not much happening. Owl with another long shot, still none of them going in. 10 seconds left as Bubba pushes up for it on the boards, gets it off of Jinx. Smasher passes out. Owl open here, but Bubba, with a few seconds left, gets in the way of the play and keeps it 0-0. He's doing it on both sides, maybe locking in a bit after hearing those comments about the defense that Doug was doing. He's saying, hey, look, I can do it too. And, I mean, I feel like we gotta just highlight Sleepy here and the rest of the team kind of working with him, but it takes a lot of chemistry to so consistently break out of those awkward situations behind the pads. It it takes a lot of trust, and he's just been doing such a fantastic job there. And the chat room waking up to the cold hard truth that we will get another 1-0 game tonight, depending on just which team gets it. And some discussion of how many games we're playing. I believe this is the last game tonight.
This is the last game that is officially scheduled. The teams on the fly are discussing perhaps just finishing this series completely tonight. So we'll see what happens.
We will indeed. Smasher almost finding a little opening there, but not quite. Has Owl streaking, but instead opts to pass it to Jinx, which is covered. Again, the awareness not quite being there. Owl, I'm sure, was calming that he was open there, but maybe, again, the nerves or something is keeping the Hooks team from operating like the well-oiled machine that we saw last Thursday. Smasher has a little bit of space here. A few defenders, though. Tries to find an open shot. Goes for a straight-on shot. A good chance, but Sleepy going to confidently get that one out of the way. And Sleepy making a few saves here, keeping himself dialed in, not getting too cold in that crease. And a prediction from Bub Daddy that Doug gets the game-winning goal. I would love to see that. Don't see enough goals out of that guy. He has a mean shot on him if you play some pugs with him. And Juice says, nah, definitely Chad. Smasher almost getting one there, but going to get knocked aside as we get Owen. A few clean deeks towards the wall. Not a lot of options there. Has Bubba out in front, has Mouse on the drop. Might look for Doug as a back option, but it's going to end up losing the puck. And the Hooks, admittedly, doing a really good job on defense there, kind of closing the options for Owen and keeping kind of looking at that mini-map, trying to find anything.
Yeah, the Hooks have been great on defense, especially Chad and Fire Emoji. Oh, look out.
A pass on for Grip. Fantastic save. Sleepy even dropping a what a save in the chat there.
As I was saying, the Hooks and Chad have been fantastic on defense. I'd like to see Owl play a bit more team-oriented. I've seen him try to carry the puck up a little bit too far, and he has some options up the ice I'd like to see him take earlier.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, the board bounce almost taking that chance away, but does get it to Doug. Is Doug going to go for the shot here? A little bit awkward. Doesn't get the play going. Kind of hard to pick it up when it's around your feet. You can't quite get a good stick on it. And Owl taking his time here. It's overtime. There's not too much pressure to score by a certain moment. So maybe he's just realizing that some great deeks up and across, almost getting to Smasher. Probably the furthest we've seen Owl deke it through the team there, but no luck on scoring.
I feel like all game it's just been, for the Hooks, it's just been defend, take one shot, defend.
Yeah.
They haven't really been able to string together much of anything here.
Bubba had an open chance, but maybe tried to take it too soon. Didn't give himself enough time to get a clean shot. Now he's going to get sent wide. Bubba goes for the Halifax, his alma mater, if you will. As Smasher ends up taking it, but 3 Cedars there in the way. Bubba looking for the pass, just misses, but Owen will get the puck there. Minute and a half left in this first overtime period. Sends across the miles, but perfectly bounces around him.
Bubba's forecheck has easily been one of the greatest parts of his game throughout his career so far, and a successful career, I might add, already hoisting a D1 championship, looking for his second.
Yeah, and overtime on a very not entirely definitive, but a very important game for both teams, especially when you realize that the last goal will do it. The nerves can kind of tick up a little bit again. It's even more stressful than that regulation. And Juice says what I always agree with, where, I care a little bit which team it is, but I mostly care that it's a good goal. I don't want it to be ugly for the sake of the goalies. I want it to be a hard-earned goal that, stuns and awes us all if it'll be an awkward bounce. It is what it is, but, you always want to see a nice play. Owl scoops in the corner to Jinx. Jinx goes for the pass, sent it cross. Sleepy following the puck, but doesn't have to make any contact with it.
It feels like Smasher's just kind of blindly going to the front of the net here and not really trying to get back door.
Great save by Chadwick, jumping up again. The stick in the way. Owen going for another shot, and Chad in the way again. These two, bickering with words, but also on the ice, this back and forth. Just Chad stopping 2 in a row from Owen. He's getting clamped by him so far. Sleepy pushing out of the crease. 1 second left, and that is the first period of overtime over. And it's going to keep going. Just going to keep going.
And perhaps this overtime plays into the amount of games that will be played. They were initially discussing playing games 6 or 7, but the overtime last game day did factor into them delaying game 3 from that first day into this one.
Jackie said something that's creating a bit of a stir in the chat. As we get into period 2 of overtime. Looks like Owl left the game. Owl joined back in. Maybe a crash there or something.
And speaking of nothing overtime, the Seattle Osprey and the Drinkwater Storm are headed to nothing overtime in game 1.
Oh, look at that. Gotta love puck, huh? Baba going from the space. Some weird line changes for the Hooks. Owl, like I said, crashing or something, but back on the server. And looks to be showing signs of life. Puck going across Grip's face there. Bubba pass to Owen, a great play. In front to Doug. Doug almost found his goal. Smasher now. Let's see how he reads the play. Finds Jinx there. Jinx not catching it how he needs to. And it's got to be frustrating for the Hook seeing those chances. You fight so hard for them, and then something like that happening. It's, it's very anticlimactic for your team there. You find the chance and just not getting the power that you need.
Yeah, Jinx,
Owl in the corner.
I hate to say it because I love the guy, but Jinx has to do more in this series.
Yeah, it's tough where he's in the right spot a lot of the time. It's just those final factors of getting it done, of making an impact there. And Owen looking to make an impact of his own. A few deeks, gets around Smasher, curls it in, but tapped away by Owl there as Doug tries to get it out in front. He does off the side of the net. Bubba trying to squeeze it in. Mouse will be there. Is he going to go for the shot? He does. Knocked out in front. But Grip, shades of Sleepy there. The puck just bouncing all around, but not going in. And Juice, I will honor the comment that the pass was a little bit behind hijinks, so not too much his fault there, but maybe noticing just a large trend on the night. Speaking of, as a play here, gets a nice pass to Chadwick there off the boards. Chadwick pushing up a little bit, has to get past Owen, and he does to Owl. Owl rushes it a little bit, gets a shot, but that's going to be wide as Mouse clears it out for the Cedars. Owen with some space. Has Chad in front. Let's see what he does with it. Turns around for beautiful Mouse with the bumper pass. Oh, that was about to be the play of the night. That went
another important keep in by Doug.
Oh,
Smasher was off to the races, and Doug slams it back into the zone.
Off the boards. Jinx going for it, pushing it in. Gets sent through. Chadwick with a slow long shot. Sleep going to tap that to the side for Doug to pick up. Tap off the boards. Owen's in deep. Owl trying to mark him, but doesn't catch up in time. Goes for the pass out in front, but Owl, great job getting a tap on it just to alter the trajectory enough to ruin that passing play.
The Hooks are really only ever having one person up the ice. That's got to hurt them on offense.
They may be trying to play that boring game now that they're tied, but we'll see if it pans out for them. It's got to be frustrating if you play it so slow just for it to not go your way. Sleepy again, tapping into the side for Doug. Gets it around. Smasher dropping down. Past Owl. Owen, not enough stamina to catch up to it. Looks like Chad's going to beat him out on that one. Behind the net, looks for his options there. Has a little bit of space, but Bubba closes in off that board bounce. Up the boards to Hijinks. Hijinks not catching it off the pass. A little bit of a tough pass to receive. That play's going to die again, going to Doug. Turning around for the Cedars. Taking his sweet time. Chips it up high into the air. Bubba trying to get a swat on it. He does. Owen not reading it properly, and it's hard to. But a pass out in front to Mouse could be it. But just going to be wide again. Chance after chance, but not quite going the way that he needs. Howell now on the turnaround.
Again, I think the offense of the Hooks is really just trying to create things that aren't there. They need to take what they're given, but they're just so many times I've seen them curl into the Cedars defenders or try to make a pass right through them. It's just not going to work out.
Yeah, and as we get a little bit back and forth, 30 seconds left in the second overtime period. Smasher doing some deeks in his own zone. Does slow on the play for Owl, but Owl can't quite catch up to it. The pass going just past him. And Doug there to break up the play again. 18 seconds left. Owen pushing it up, tries to end it here and now. Has the pass up to Bubba. A little bit of time left, but Smasher's going to catch up to it. Looks like it's going to be 10 seconds left. Still nothing happening. Maybe another period of overtime unless there's a last second play. And it will not be a last second play. We're going to period 3 of overtime. About to be a second full regulation game.
Going cross sport, cross league, cross reality, really, into the National Hockey League. I want to highlight that Justin Falk, of all people, has tied the game for the St. Louis Blues, which Dyslexic Wireless is in attendance for, a D1 player.
Nice.
So
that counts. Any update on the SOS game?
It looks like they're going to overtime number 2.
Oh, well, God help us all. As we get a puck drop in P3 of overtime. Owen wins it early. Owen's known for winning those faceoffs as Doug goes for the long shot, but Chad getting out in front. Bubba almost getting it off of the pass, but not quite. Doug again going for those shots, bounces out wide. Owen almost there. An electric start to this period for the Cedars. And Mouse pushes in to catch that interception. Maybe Mouse, maybe Doug getting it. Not quite able to tell who's going to get it, and that's just going to go in favor of the Hooks. Sent up. Owen bats it down. Grip doing a great heads-up job to send the puck back out again, but that was looking really scary. Always raise the blood pressure as a goal if you clear it and you see someone else on the other team catch it.
The shots are 13. After 5 periods going into the 6th, the shots are 13-12 in favor of the Hooks.
Pretty even. And both goalies doing their part here. I mean, we've driven this point into the ground, but both of them are just elite caliber. And it looks like they've both had a little bit of time to get their bearings in this series. 0-0, period 3 of overtime. It's maybe not what you'd want to see as a spectator, but kind of what you expect a lot of times with such powerful goalies. Owen going for the pass there to Bubba, finds him open. Bubba not quite able to catch it out of the air. Looks for the pass, rims it around to Owen. Owen tries to pass it out in front. Bounced out, but Mouse with the backhand spinning. Would have been a crazy shot if that went through, but not going to connect. Mouse, great job tapping it down, but that's going to go to Jinx. Bounces off a teammate. The Cedars are going to try and squeeze it out on the boards here. Smash with the nice pass up to Jinx. Jinx looking what he can do with it. Sends it back, has Chad pretty deep. Goes for the long shot, but that's going to be a little bit wide. Not even able to get the rebound off of that as Mouse tries to clear it out for the Cedars. Pass to Owen, Owl strips it. Curls back around, Bubba applying a little bit of pressure there, forcing Owl to drop it off to fire emoji. Smasher picking it up after. Game definitely slowing down a little bit. We saw an electric start to the period, but a little bit less action as we get about halfway through.
And this is the effect of having Chadwick in the game. As people in the chat mentioned, Chad has that lockdown defense that will send every game to a 0-0 overtime.
And a little comment from Dabs there saying that I only had enough dark web credit to DDoS Owen the one time last night, so it's nothing they can do. He's in true form tonight. Owl slows the puck down. Bubba colliding with Grip a little bit there. As Owl sends it off the side of the boards to Chadwick. Chadwick looking for his options, tries to pass it across, but gets intercepted yet again by the Cedars. Owl down low to Smasher. Smasher looks for the pass. Doug closes in on them. Nothing he can do about it. Owl gets there, but not a lot of options there. He's just going to rip it above the net. Jinx trying to catch it. And pass it to Smasher. Down low. Tries to bounce out in front again, but the Cedars just doing a fantastic job on defense, stopping these plays in their tracks. As a commentator, I'm kind of ran out of steam, so I can only imagine how the players on the ice feel. Maybe why the play is slowed down a little bit, where it's hard to play at such a high level for so long.
You can feel it in the building. This is slowing down.
Oh, Jinx has a nice chance there, just wide of the post, but a beautiful look.
And I can't help but think that this series will probably finish playing after this game tonight, as I'm sure neither of these teams want to go for all 7.
The Colt running low in their engine.
And we do have breaking news out of the 3rd division. Dan has won game 1 for the Drinkwater Storm.
No! Smasher! A beautiful chance, but Sleepy with an even more beautiful save. Gonna get sent out to Chadwick. We're to send out your prayers to SOS. They need your good vibes to keep this one going. They gotta get some wins. Bubba there, off the wall. Doug gonna scoop in to clear it out, but Jinx gonna send it back in for the hooks. A little bit of a back and forth there. Nice pass from Smasher to Owl. Owl curls back, goes for the pass, misses Jinx, but Chad's there. Chad goes for it, but blocked by Doug. Just a brick wall, this Doug guy. A brick wall that follows you around the play, which is even harder to deal with. As the puck slowly gets sent down 5 seconds, and that is our 2nd regulation worth of puck played.
And it's time for the 7th period stretch as we get ready for overtime number 4. I mean, there's not much more analysis to do between these teams. Somebody's got to get the job done.
Rubbing my eyes, putting my jammies on, and hunkering in as I'm almost done with this Renport Pale Ale. Just waiting for my opportunity to get another.
Yeah, all out of Twist Off beers.
This stream is brought to you by NeatQ. This interaction has failed. And we go into the 7th period. One starting out early. Some banter from Grip and Sleepy. Out to Jinx, just a little bit in front of Smasher. Grip calling that this is the last period. Let's see if that's true.
I believe Grip
Lettuce saying, I'll permit an Owen goal this period. And with Lettuce's permission, Lettuce, whose name is on the ice, maybe that will have a factor here.
I believe Grip's intention was saying this will be the last game played that they play tonight.
Okay.
Look out.
Dangerous. And you're going to start seeing some more plays like that now that, the fatigue is setting in. Some, I don't want to say uglier, but less tight, just more, just awkward stuff like that happening. That double hit from Doug as well. As he sends it in deep, Owen, cherry picking in the corner, has a chance here. Goes for the shot straight into the chest of Grip. That could have been the one to end it all. Or not at all. End the games for tonight.
Way to stay awake and stay alert. Grip came up big after not facing much action for a while.
Yeah, and Grip having to feel really good about, those first games going down, but taking a game this many overtimes where, as either goalie, there's not much more that can be expected of you, even if a goal goes in now. It's really on, the rest of the team to get the puck in the net, As we get Bubba fighting for it in the corner. Dekes it around 1, has another behind. Chadwick closing in. What's Bubba going to do with it? Dekes it around, looking for the shot, bounces across to Owen, but just knocked to the side. Bubba again with a chance. Stopped by traffic. And just chance after chance for the Hooks. Mouse with a shot, but off the body of Chadwick. Now Hooks have got to clear this one out. It has been shot after shot for the Cedars. Owen now sends it in deep. Doug there has Mouse as an option. Smasher closing in. Tries to find Mouse with it, but Smasher clears it out to the side. And Doug
Chadwick,
might catch up.
Chadwick and Al showing a controversial strategy. They're just packing bodies in the slot to block all these shots. It proved to be successful in the regular season for the Vancouver Frost Giants in season 1, but again, it's controversial and it causes games like these.
It does. Oh, and maybe the shot to do it, but no, Grip getting another save. No skater body blocking at that time. But yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. And if the game has gone this long, it's hard to blame anybody for using any tactics. You just want to see something happen, and it sucks to go through this many periods and not get the win. Oh, getting a little bit close to the net, wrapping around in front. Bubba almost forcing a turnover there. As Chadwick looks for a chance, sends it high and across. Sleepy following the play, doesn't have to get the save though. Jinx passes out in front, Doug cutting it off. Bubba and Mao's colliding in the back end there, but they still get the puck out. Owen trying to catch up to it, but looks like Chad will have him beat. Jinx in the back corner. Up to Chad. Pass Owen across to Owl. Misses Owl. Doug picks it up. And a lot of back and forth here. Owen finds it. Looking for the pass out in front, but Grip. Great backhand swipe. Owen tries to wrap it in. Honestly, a really good idea, but doesn't get the goal there. But I like the idea of kind of changing what the plays are going for, testing out those wraps, where if you can catch a goal, they kind of focus on everything else.
I mean, nothing they've tried has worked so far. They got to start trying new things that they're not expecting.
Exactly. You know, if you have to get a goal by just cramming it into the side of the pad, so be it. I'm trying to go do something else. Oh, and with the shot, Grip with a crazy save, doing a fantastic job, looking like himself in that first night.
He lunged to his left. The shot was on his right. He had to swing his stick over to the opposite side of his body to get a stick on that one.
Sleepy now pushing up on it as he does. Gets a deep clear, looking for Bubba on it. Tape to tape, pretty much. Great pass by Sleepy. Bubba sends it across to Mouse, but just behind him. Doug, the last defender back. Mouse rotating back in turn. Smasher gets around a few, but so many people in his way, there's not much you can really do with it there. As I just got tabbed out of my game. I'm back now, though. Howell looks for the wrap himself, but blocked by Sleepy. Great job to stay in tune with the game. And it's really easy if it's been going on for so long, a game like this, for the goalies to kind of lose track of some of those fundamentals, like covering all the wraps. We haven't seen a lot of them, but both Grip and Sleepy proving to be dialed in regardless.
And we're off to the 8th inning.
Jack, do you have any other things to discuss in this intermission? Do you want to do an intermission of silence?
Let's go for it.
Okay. Okay. Some discussion in the chat. I'm not fully keeping track of what they're saying, but some discussion about the amount of games or overtimes. Can't quite tell.
And I will say, the Drinkwater Storm initially took a 1-0 lead, but Hook has tied the game for the Seattle Osprey.
Hook, a recent pickup, or I guess our last pickup off the wire, almost sneaking past Grip there. Glad to see Hook getting a goal there. He's a great pickup for us. And expecting more great things out of SOS. Smasher with the pass hits the back of the Jinx's tape, but not going to continue to play. Mao's up to Owen, missing him, but Bubba sneaks in behind. Tries to find the pass, gets it to Doug. Doug looking for the shot, dekes it! But I think Grip got a piece on that, otherwise it was a miss wide, but a fantastic passing play this late into the game.
And Bubba absolutely murders Doug.
Could that be it?
What
No,
a save!
Ridiculous from him in the 8th period of the game. As we get Bubba turning around for the Cedars, can't get it past Chadwick.
As the shots are in the Hooks lead the shots 18-17.
Man. Pass out front. Bubba continuing the play, pass across to Doug maybe, but no. The Hooks just stepping in perfectly before the shots go through, getting in the way. As Smasher can't get it through 2. Maybe learn that move from Owl trying to get past do defenders. But,
yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to get past Doug back there.
It's tough. Looking for his pass. Can't really deke it past Owen there. Sends it in deep, but that's Cedars only. Juice, not much has happened. Pinks, I believe the Salem Coven got knocked out.
The Salem Coven did get eliminated. And forgive me, I forget who they were playing. They're playing the Bridge Bats. Yes, the Buffalo Bayou Bridge Bats. And they did get eliminated from the playoffs. So the Bridge Bats are moving on. And we'll have to wait and see who moves on. It's going to be one of the Drinkwater Storm or the Seattle Osprey.
Please be the Osprey, please, please, please. Well, Scrum Bubba comes away with it. Not a lot of options out in front of him.
Big hit by Owen.
Giving Bubba a little bit more time. Bubba going for the shot, but goes into the body of Grip. Grip staying dialed despite the length of the game. Owen tries to get a pass out in front, but Smasher doing a job on defense. Owen passes it out in front, but Chad always there. I mean, a great move by Owl to put Chad in the game. Not to disrespect BG, but Chad has just been nonstop blocking these shots and passes.
And I don't know about you, but I'm starting to have physical reactions to all these missed opportunities. Somebody end this game.
My throat's hurting. I'm tired. My back hurts. Smasher goes for a chance, drops in front of Jinx. Jinx tries to pat it down, but doesn't go through.
I will say the silver lining for the Hooks is what a value game from Chad.
Oh, yeah, making the most of it.
Only allowed one more game with him. They're taking 3 in this one.
And Owl turns back, has a few to get past. Sends it down low to Smasher. Smasher looking for his options, but not a lot. Maybe tries to find Jinx, has Chad across. Taking his time, weaving his way through. Goes for the wrap around, passes out in front, but stopped by the Cedars. Looks like it could have been it.
If he was willing to try it, that was a good opportunity for the Michigan from Smasher.
True. And Juice with a good point. I'm looking up to this winter tournament. I believe there is a shootout rule after it's switching to 4v4 in one of the overtimes, where it's starting to feel necessary in games like this.
You got to love this infinite overtime in the playoffs, though. We got to keep that alive.
Exactly.
There are some changes in that winter tourney that should up the scoring, so please get your teams in. We only have a couple slots left.
Go Ladybugs. You're going down barbecue chicken.
I'll have to disagree with you, as the St. Louis Eagles are winning it all.
Oh, I wish you luck. Sent across, not quite meeting Doug's tape there, but Doug gonna win it. 25 seconds left in period. Is this period 8?
Yes, this is period 8, and we should be heading to the 9th inning.
Oh, nice. Well, that's usually how long games are supposed to go.
We'll see if we need extra innings, but I'm praying we don't.
Sent down 10 seconds. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'll let this play out. Doug in the back corner. Just trying not to lose it, and he doesn't. 1 second left.
Like at this point, somebody put it in any net. I don't care if it's your own.
I am so tired. Jack saying shootout. Grip says good luck. Stretching my neck, getting a little sip of my drink. I should have made some tea for myself. My throat's getting sore.
I'm running out of water.
Early shot going to the side of the net. Mouse in the back corner passes up to Doug. Doug tries to get out quickly, but Chad closes in on him. Mouse coming back just in time. Owen has a little bit of space here, just has to get around Smasher and Owl. Hits it into the side of the net, maybe going for a glitch goal. But no such luck. Doug passing across, gets in front. Owen almost getting the bat, but not getting a stick on it. That was looking real dangerous. But again, hashtag nothing ever happens.
I will say spot. The pickup game record for game length is 17 periods, so we will see if that is tested in an official matchup, let alone the D1 championship.
Yeah, I don't know the D1 the D1 max or the playoff max even. This has got to be up there for overtime and playoffs.
Absolutely. Last season, I commentated a D3 game that went to 11 periods. So,
oh boy,
we're definitely
we would be so
getting up
lucky.
there.
Bubba going for the wrap, almost sneaks it through, stabs it out in front. Doug gonna catch it with a little bit of open space here before Smasher gets there. Bounces off the player. Owen down low. Owl gonna beat him out.
And
Owl looking to make a
some,
safe play. Bubba strips it out though.
Getting some stats from the chat. Styles saying that there was a 14-period game in D2 this season.
All right. Well, this is maybe a playoff record. As Owen.
How was your day, Katie? Not much else to talk about.
I did a little bit of cleaning. Okay. Log is in my ear saying that D3 went to OT7. My day was okay. I did a little bit of cleaning. I did some laundry. How about your day, Jack?
I was initially gonna do some school assignments, but I decided I better work on a playoff stat tracker for D2. So,
of course, Smasher with a chance. Sleepy with a save. Not much else
the
to say there,
goalies just have to give it up. That's Smasher's ninth shot of the game.
It's gonna feel so bad for whichever goalie does get scored on, where I don't envy either of them in this situation. Honestly, in a game this long, nobody's really a winner unless you get a magnificent clip with your final goal. Chad sends it to Jinx, but again, just a little bit behind him. Jinx not getting the opportunity to shine there. Doug behind, tries to find Owen there, does.
Here
Owen
he
finds
comes.
the space. Chad strips it off. The classic matchup.
This is brutal.
I was gonna cue some pugs later. I don't even know if I want to play puck again today.
I will say I always get a great warm up just out of watching the D1 matchups.
Smasher has a chance here, has a pass as well, but Mao's gonna cut it off.
Oh,
but no! I can't believe that's how it happened. GG's. That's gonna be in favor of the Hooks. Smasher went for the pass, stripped off of Mouse, but Mouse hits it back into Smasher, and Smasher taps it in. Gotta be frustrating for Mouse. And a sad finish to the game.
Sleepy swatting at the puck off the post, and the puck just slips inside the post. Near side past the pad of Sleepy. Took 9 periods, but the Hooks are on the brink of going back to back.
3-2, right?
Absolutely.
So these Cedars cannot afford to lose another game. And if they can remain in the early form that we saw tonight, it feels like they have a very solid chance. It's just on the day performing at the best level that they can. Maybe but we'll get some words of inspiration from his dad after this. But
and I'll have to
not much
note
else to say.
That is the 3rd game-winning goal for Smasher. All 3 of the Hooks wins have come at the hands of Smasher.
And he's a difference maker for the team. A great pickup. And excited to see how the rest of the games go. I hope we don't have another game like this, Jack. I just really, really hope.
We're gonna have to end up finishing this series next year.
All right. Well, I have nothing else to say. I'm quite exhausted. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Log, for doing the technical directing as always. And I wish you good night and good puck.
Good night from the PHL.
It's the Smudge. The Smudge are down low. Shrimp Gumbo, good defensive play. Kingtron tries to wrap it around. No chance. The defense really boxing off the offensive zone for the Smudge. Now it's a breakaway pass. Buzz flip it. Look out, he's got an open net. Oh no! Buzz flip it. You have got to be kidding me. Well, now we know why he's in the booth more than the ice. No, I'm just kidding, Buzz. But, oh man, his head is down. I've been there too, buddy. That was rough. 1-1 tie still. A chance for Buzz Flibbit to end it. Puff was thinking about coming out. Well, he did, actually. There's no thinking about it when you do it. And now they'll start all the way back in the Fire Ant zone. They're down low. They'll pass it up. It's Miku, number 39, for the Fire Ants. Typically a goalie, but he's taking a day off. Now Shrimp Gumbo. Good steal For the visitors, shrimp gumbo, nice purple tape. Ooh, can't get around the defense.